So I'm back home and I'm more depressed than ever. Well, I feel like I'm getting more and more depressed, and I I've been watching loads of stupid Christian channels, where they're talking about the rapture. Clearly, I'm watching it. Oh God, such stupid people keep texting me all night. Um, yeah, so clearly I'm watching it because I am trying to work out. I'm the Antichrist. You're not going to get another person going up onto some sort of world stage and actually saying that they are God and that there's none above them. No one's going to do that unless there's a sufficient amount of evidence to prove that they are God and that they know what they're talking about. Um, I am God, yes, but I'm not the God who can do everything. I'm a God who can just inspire most things, and that's the truth. I'm really confused as to why there's so many Christian channels where they're not, you can't see their face, you can't see who's saying who's doing it, who's making these videos, but they constantly go repeating scripture and saying the time is near, and there's loads of them that are indicating that something's going to happen in 2023 or maybe even before. Who's doing this? I know that there's a lot of people, there's a lot of preachers who like to say, oh, I've got a message from the Lord and the rapture's going to happen soon. But usually these are people who are stupid enough to put their face to the videos. Usually they're people who are making very amateur things, and they go in front of a big screen of people, big audience of people, and start promoting it. But it feels like there's some people who are commissioning a bunch of YouTubers who might not even be Christian, just to sort of repeat all these biblical lines and stuff. And fire and brimstone is not going to just start coming out the sky, and locusts are not going to start coming up from the floor. And so why are there so many videos where they're hidden their face, you can't see who's making them, but they just, I don't know, go on about how the rapture's near and how something's going to happen soon. And why are you making these videos? It doesn't make sense. Like, I know people have always made these videos, but there's a lot more now than there used to be. um, and yeah, I feel like you're doing it for a reason, but on the other hand, I'm not seeing any evidence that I'm going to be on a TV show soon. I'm not. I know Backstreet Boys came up with Christmas in New York song, which doesn't relate to me because I've never been to New York, and I don't think and I'm not planning on going to New York Christmas time or anything. So, um, is that just a general message for other people, or is it something? Is it saying that I'm going to be in New York for a Christmas? But if it's next Christmas, it means I've got a whole other year to wait. And I just don't know. So I feel like they know about me. Um, and they know all these songs link to me. Well, that song doesn't link to me, so either they've done it deliberately to prove that there's a song out there that doesn't link to me, or it's an indication that maybe I'm going to go to New York soon. But I feel like everything's building up, but is anything building up? Like, I've posted so many comments on Christian channels on Facebook. The majority of them get taken down. Oh, let's just put this phone on fucking silent. I don't know. Someone's texting me, and they've been doing it for like all night. It's just annoying. I don't think he's even going to show up. Um, but yeah, I'm confused as to why. I don't know why I still don't know anything. I know I'm just really, really pissed off with how everyone's ignoring me and not helping me, and I don't have any confidence that anyone will help me. I know you're never going to fulfill anything from a biblical perspective without me, because I am God, and that's the whole point of the Antichrist. The Antichrist is supposed to come saying that I'm God, and people aren't going to believe because they're going to think that they're the Antichrist. but really they're the test to see if you believe and love Christ appearing, because Christ and the Antichrist are the same thing, and you need to accept that there's good and bad and bad and good. Um, I've written all the angels, I've given them all their names, and I've noticed that not very many songs have come out recently. If they don't know about me, I'll just be like, well, why do all these names link to all these songs? Surely if people are just writing songs randomly or to how they feel, they'll all have a link to a different name. Okay, I guess my names are a bit broad, um, but they're not. They're important. The things that I've mentioned are important, and I don't know. I know I got over COVID ages ago, although I still have a bit of a bit of a cough, but I think that's just with the season. I don't know. I it's just it's a video to say that I feel like, what happens if no one believes in me? I'm not really getting that much response. So from Facebook, I've put so many comments on Facebook and just no one's responding. Occasionally I'll get someone who calls me crazy, and then I'll look on their page to find out that they're freaking crazy, like really, really crazy. Um, and there's a couple of people who say that I'm crazy, and then I say, have you even looked at the evidence? And they just never respond again. And most people don't respond or take my comment off their page or whatever. And it's just annoying because not many people are responding. Like, I've put so many comments, probably about 100 comments, and out of 100 comments, I'd only get about 4 responses. So what's going on there? Surely I must be Christ or something if I, send a message proving that I'm God to 100 times and I only get 4 responses. Although sometimes I notice that Facebook doesn't always put, for me to realize that someone's responded to a comment, there has to be a message in the link above, in the a notification. And I notice sometimes they don't give notifications, because a few years ago, I'm sure I found a comment that people had responded to, but it never gave me a notification. So maybe that's just what's happening. Maybe people are responding, but I haven't got any notifications from them, so I can't respond because I didn't know that they responded to me. But I don't know. I know that plant man's hiss. Um, yeah, I hate Christmas. It's winter. It's cold, and I want to go somewhere warmer. But yeah, New York isn't exactly warmer. But I don't know if that's going to be happening because I just don't feel like anyone's. I don't know. I don't have any hope that anyone will help me. I keep wondering, are they really going to be putting me on Big Brother when I know I want everyone dead now? I hate this world so much, and I'm putting so much negative energy into it now, and I'm just fed up of people and society and everything here. And you can see it in the music because every song that I'm clicking on now is negative, very negative, far more negative than it used to be. Um, and I just don't care any longer because I feel like these people that are writing negative songs, about how a woman wants to kill everyone. I feel like they're doing it because they agree with me or something. A part of them must agree that there's truth in what I'm saying, and that I don't know, why would they help me? I just don't. And if I get onto Big Brother, there's going to be loads of people complaining about my suicidal attitude. So am I even going to get onto Big Brother? I just don't know. I feel like the time that you should have put me on should have been ages ago when I was mildly positive. And now if you don't, I'm just going to be not positive in any way. So I feel like you've missed your chance. But at the same time, the world is not going to see the Antichrist, or it's the tribulation about switching over from the false Christ to the real Christ. That's not going to happen without me. And it can't happen without me because you don't have the real Christ without me. And I'm just really pissed off as to why you've waited this long. And I don't understand how you're still doing negative songs when you know that this is how I feel, this is how your Christ feels. And I don't understand why. what's going on, in the sense of why is people not talking to me. I don't know. Why are you not talking to me yet? A bunch of people are obviously funding all these channels that are clearly about me, because they talk about God's anger and how everyone's sinning and turning away from God. Yeah, everyone is sinning and turning away from God because they're turning away from me. But right now, I can understand why they would turn away from me. So, because I just don't like anyone, and it's 10 years you've been ignoring me for 10 years, and I still have no evidence that you're ever going to help me. So I felt like I should just prepare my brain to just continue living in this house or in the situation that I'm in for the rest of my life. Just continue accepting that humans are always going to live in sin because they're always going to be against me, and just give up. That's how I feel now. Just completely give up and just say that humans are useless and that they're going to just say all sorts of shit that they want to say, and no, no one's going to actually help change anything because you're not going to help me, and you're happy to help people spreading lies and talking about how locusts are going to come out of the floor, and the sky is going to fall down, and people floating all this shit. I just don't know. I'm fed up of talking. I hate people.